Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Seen Beyond and Through with Monty. Right before you is 25-year-old Norma Nemax. Mrs. Nemax was being dropped off at her apartment complex by her sister. Upon being dropped off at her apartment complex, she notices a man in the window with a chainsaw. He exchanged some derogatory words with her. But before I go on, I want you to hear the story straight from her mouth.
On Saturday afternoon, 25-year-old Norma Nemax was being dropped off by her sister. That's when she first noticed a man standing in this window on the second floor.
I'm going up the steps in my apartment, and then I see this dude with a chainsaw. I'm like, who the hell he think he is, Leatherface? And he looks at me and he says, "What's up?" I'm like, what? So he comes out of his apartment and he's standing on the landing, and then he says, "Get off my property." And I'm midway in the staircase, and he starts revving up his chainsaw.
Nemax says she made it about halfway up these back stairs when the man began chasing her.
Oh, hell no, not today. Remember, I was wearing my Time Onyx belly band holster. I took out my gun. As soon as he started charging down them steps at me with that chainsaw, I shot his ass. His mind was gone. He didn't even realize that he had been shot. So he's chasing me around the parking lot, and as we're going around the parking lot, I'm trying to get a clear shot at him. And then I think by that time he realized that he was hit, so he took off running.
That man, 41-year-old Daniel Stewick, left the complex after the incident. The woman says he got back when police were there, and that's when they arrested him. In an interview with LPD, Stewick claimed that black people had been stealing from him and that, quote, she was guilty because she was black.
My neighbors knew he was crazy as batshit too, because they said that all day in his apartment he'd been revving up that chainsaw talking about people stealing from him.
Nemax says she's contacted her landlords, but they haven't said if he will be allowed to return. She says it's no longer just a safety issue for her and her 5-year-old son, but for the whole complex.
So I guess when he saw me, he figured I was a soft target. Oh, no, not today. I pulled my gun and put that hot lead up in him and put some on his mind that day. He ain't gonna be trying to live out his Leatherface Texas Chainsaw Massacre fantasies over here.
Stewick remains cited and lodged in the Lancaster County Jail tonight with terroristic threats as a hate crime, which is a felony.
They better keep his ass in jail, because he come back out here, this gonna be a horror movie nightmare for his ass. He don't want to come back around here playing with me.
And I would like to congratulate her for a job well done. See, ladies, black women, you have got to take it upon yourself to protect yourself. None of this stuff about we're not being protected or he needs to protect us. It's your life now. You got to protect yourself. Imagine if she would not have had that gun. What could have happened? Imagine a female out there with children without a firearm. It is imperative in this day and age that you strap up with a firearm. Because you never know when evil is going to hit. You have no idea as to what is even in your own apartment complex. It may not be out there on the street, on the road, behind a dark alley. It could be in the very apartment complex where you live. So it is imperative that black women learn about firearms, learn to use a firearm, and to get a firearm. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is another edition of Seeing Beyond and Through with Monty, and I will see you beyond and through.